Keturah, Abraham's wife after Sarah, is not a remembered name. In fact, if you polled people who felt they knew something about Genesis, maybe religious people, and asked them who Sarah was, I think a good number of them would know. If you asked the same people who Keturah was, far fewer would know. In chapter 25 of Genesis, things are wrapped up with Abraham quickly and without much explanation, given that Abraham reportedly lives 38 more years after Sarah dies. The first is the fact that Abraham married again, and he also had concubines. Again, it is vague to what counts as a wife in the minds of the writer or writers of this section or the people who compiled this section. We covered the fact that Abraham earlier married Hagar, the handmaiden. She's not afforded the status of Sarah. To the contrary, Hagar and her son were cast out into the wilderness. His wife after Sarah dies, and any other concubines do not seem to have the status of Sarah. Sarah is a Semite of Abraham's race, even his half-sister. So she's part of the family of the covenant. The other women are not. Now, this seems to be the reasoning. Keturah, Abraham's wife after Sarah, is not a remembered name. In fact, if you polled people who felt they knew something about Genesis, maybe religious people, and asked them who Sarah was, I think a good number of them would know. If you asked the same people who Keturah was, far fewer would know. And this is kind of odd, because the Bible asserts that she bore 6 sons with Abraham. Well done, Abraham and Keturah. Now, we're told that Abraham gives all that he has to Isaac, but he also provides gifts to the, quote, sons of the concubines, end quote, indicating that he didn't give all to just Isaac. But I guess that Genesis is saying that Isaac gets the lands and a lot of stuff, including money and livestock, and the remaining sons of the concubines get gifts, maybe consolation prizes of sorts. It seems that Keturah is treated as a concubine, although with the other women, along with the other women under Abraham's tent. So Keturah seems to be just another one of the concubines, but we don't know. Anyhow, Keturah, for unexplained reasons, seems a bit more special, maybe because of all the sons, and we just don't know. We're not told. What comes across is that Abraham is virile, even as an old man, and it is important that we know that Isaac gets the lion's share of Abraham's wealth, and that Abraham did not cast the rest of the children he sired, cast them out, as he did with Ishmael. The Bible does give the names of Abraham's sons with Keturah. These names represent the names of later tribes south and east of Abraham's offspring. So this short section may be an attempt to show that the tribal nations that would be present around the Israel to come, and it shows that those nations descend from Abraham also. Now, with little ceremony, we're now told that Abraham gave up the ghost. Now, that's just the King James way of saying that he died. The ghost just means your spirit or soul. So he was buried alongside Sarah in the cave he purchased at Machpelah. And it seems important to the writers or the compilers that along with his homesteading rights and along with the altars he built, that Abraham also actually purchased land in Canaan, a burial ground, no less. He was buried in it by his sons Isaac and, surprisingly, Ishmael, who suddenly appears to put his father to rest. Now, it seems that he and his half-brother Isaac would have plenty to fight about. For starters, it would be the fact that Ishmael is not mentioned as having received any part of Abraham's estate. Oh, and by the way, that's pretty nice for Ishmael to show up to bury Abraham, I think at least. But anyway, the generations of Ishmael are given quickly, and this indicates that Abraham is the father of that race also. So a lot of people are related to Abraham down the road. For more videos on Genesis, please subscribe to this channel. And if you'd like the complete course, the Udemy link is in the description below.